In today's news, it has been confirmed that Wallstreet XRP revolution, has just started. As we can see from Ripple's Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderoty, he attended the State of the Union a few days ago, the SOU 2024, a conference for global leaders, academics and policy makers. And he stated here, great conversation today in Florence at SOU 2024. The EU is focused on regulatory clarity, not regulation by enforcement like the SEC is doing in America. And after the week we've had stateside, it's good to see the United States is trying to catch up. This is a very important announcement, hence why the Wallstreet XRP revolution has just started. They are catching up and now Wall Street is ready to invest. And we can hear the significance of the revolution here from Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Bolchinez and Matt Hogan. Pay close attention.
When I heard about it, slightly before the news broke, and at first I was like, how does it make sense? Because everybody you talked to said there was no comments from the SEC. I have to think that maybe some of this was political. Clearly this issue is getting away from one party, and maybe they were like, look, this is going to be a huge story. If it's denied, it'll have legs. Big asset managers involved, and potentially they're thinking that we can't be seen as this anti-crypto. That's my thesis.
There has been a complete sea change in Washington around crypto. I think the reason for it is that traditional Wall Street wants in on the money that crypto is making. If you remember, shortly after the Bitcoin ETF launch, a panoply of Wall Street lobbying organizations, the ABA and others, put out a letter requesting the ability to enter the custody space. I think they saw the amount of money that could be made in custody and could be made in stablecoins. And then BlackRock came in, the ETFs were a success. Tether is making more money than Goldman Sachs. And now you have Wall Street wanting to get in on that. And it's no coincidence that Schumer is located in New York, that the financial services industry is the #1 donor to his campaign. I just think there's this unusual, uneasy alliance that emerged between crypto and traditional Wall Street that is going to lift the industry higher.
This therefore is proof the revolution has just started. The fallout of SAB 121, the Blockchain Act, the FIT Fit 21 Act is just the beginning of all of this. All these bills, these laws, these policies will be monumental, pivotal to crypto's adoption, but most importantly, of course, XRP's adoption and takeover, giving XRP that little edge to inevitably cannibalize the rest of crypto, to cannibalize Bitcoin. We can see here from Edward Farina the seemingly overlooked but crucially important history with XRP and Bitcoin. Ryan Fudger founded Ripple Pay in 2004, which owns the trademark Ripple Communications traced to 1991, so Ripple's history actually began way before that of Bitcoin. Then the XRP ledger was created in June 2012 by David Schwartz, Jebba Caleb and Arthur Britto, and they created a better version of the beta test coin, aka Bitcoin. XRP is not meant to be the next Bitcoin, but the real Bitcoin. As we can see, the XRP ledger provides a better alternative to Bitcoin. In 2011, the three engineers, David Schwartz, Jebba Caleb and Arthur Britto, began developing the XRPL. Fascinated by Bitcoin, they set out to create a better version that improved upon its limitations, with the goal of creating a digital asset that was more sustainable and built specifically for payments, to do what Bitcoin has not been able to do due to its scalability issue. And as a result of all the developments going on in crypto, XRP is primed and positioned to destroy Bitcoin, to cannibalize it. These policies, this new monetary system, will be the key to making this reality possible. As we can see here from Spoke, just an example, Harvard have outlined the roadmap for implementation of a digital dollar in the United States and highlight XRP and XLM, both those two, as popular choices for international businesses. They even cite a Visa patent that incorporates XLM XRP and singled out 2024 this year as the year of blockchain integration. This is the year that everything is going to change, the year that XRP flips a switch and ends up soaring in value. Furthermore, in some even more bullish news for XRP and its future, breaking here from the Good Morning Crypto, XRP will be reinstated on CMBI 10 index. This is a very, very big deal. They were removed because of the lawsuit with the SEC, but they've now been reinstated and it will take place in June next month, which is only a few days away from now, so it's a very, very big deal. The reason why is because the 10 largest crypto assets defined by an asset expected 10-year future market capitalization are selected as an index constituency. They're basically choosing the best cryptocurrencies to be part on this list. And the fact that XRP has been reinstated back onto CMBI 10 after being removed from this lawsuit is proof that this lawsuit is so close to an end that XRP is going to win this lawsuit. And again, this is a further reason as to why Wall Street are now ready for the XRP revolution. They are pulling out all the stops from mass adoption of XRP. And remember, Wall Street, BlackRock, they never lose. XRP will destroy Bitcoin, and that's because Bitcoin doesn't fall under the same regulatory criteria as assets like XRP. We can see in this post here from Cyprus, this lady here works for the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, and the Bank of England. She's an institutionally important person. And she says here that CBDCs will be introduced, regulated cryptocurrencies will coexist with an interoperable future, and there will be a purge of assets that have no value at some point. And look at it next to her, Brad Garninghouse. Listen closely.
I think it's essential to say that when we talk about digital assets, we also talk about central bank digital currencies that will be introduced. And looking at the MiCA regulations introduction last year by the European Commission was really refreshing, because obviously having cryptocurrencies regulated will also ensure that there is a larger adoption of other assets and understanding by the end user. In the end of the day, we all need to protect end user, whether it's central bank digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, or stable coins. Nevertheless, the Digital Euro policy, which was published by the European Commission also in June 2023, which is quite similar with the MiCA introduction, will impact all the payment services providers. So if your clients will be able to withdraw money in fiat currency, in euro currency, they will also need to get compliant with Digital Euro policy and PSD2. So I think this is really essential for crypto companies also prepared for the future, for multi-digital assets future, when we'll have interoperability between different types of assets, wholesale CBDCs, retail CBDCs, cryptocurrencies which are regulated, so actually getting rid of all those cryptocurrencies that actually made crypto so unpopular over the last 12 months, as well as regulated stablecoins.
XRP have been forming partnerships all around the world for over 10 years at least now. This lawsuit will not stop them, and now to act as the final piece to the puzzle for Ripple and XRP, they're now introducing their new stablecoin. The reason this is such big news is because stablecoins are the cornerstone of liquidity. We can hear just what that means here in this video from GBBC. Listen closely.
And the UK government has recognised that stablecoins pave the way for faster and cheaper payments, and that the use of stablecoins has been on the rise for some time. The UK government reported that in June 2020, the value of transactions in stablecoins exceeded Bitcoin for the first time, and we're seeing continued growth of stablecoin use. So certainly from the UK perspective, I think it's also true from the European bodies and certain other regulators and governments, is that if there can be appropriate standards of regulation imposed, then stablecoins do have the potential to play a really vital role in retail and cross-border payments, including settlement, and to deliver things of speed and efficiency and resilience. I think you already see that in the market with the likes of private crypto asset companies, digital companies like Ripple using XRP as a bridge currency to move money. And the big differentiator they have in the market is that they're doing it in 3 seconds rather than 3 days to move international payments. So I think you're seeing a lot more. I also think that you see in the crypto ecosystem, stablecoins being effectively the cornerstone of liquidity.
XRP is an asset positioned for explosive price surges in the years to come, and the time is now. Wall Street is ready, and furthermore, Standard Chartered Ripple partner is telling you the time is now for XRP to rise from the ashes.
I do think that there's a role in the world for a well-regulated, well-run cryptocurrency market. There's a much more interesting, from my perspective, role in the world for a digital assets marketplace. And the difference between the two, of course, is cryptocurrencies are not fiat currencies. They're not controlled by central bankers or issued by governments, and the value is a function of what people are prepared to pay for it, not what's the fundamental value of Bitcoin. Who knows? Even with gold, we can say what's the fundamental value of gold, and ultimately, at some point, it's going to end up on your ring or on your finger or on your ear in some markets. But Bitcoin is not going to end up hung around your neck anytime soon, I don't think. So I have no idea where the price of Bitcoin is going to go. I think there's a group of investors who think that cryptocurrencies have an interesting place in an investment portfolio. There's another group of speculators who like to speculate on anything that moves around a lot in price. That's okay as long as it's done in an appropriate way. And the infrastructure implosion that you mentioned with FTX implosion, people going to jail, etc., are indications of market failures or regulation failures or legislation failures, bad behavior that don't detract from whatever the underlying value of a cryptocurrency is. I'm not too focused on that, to be honest. Importantly, the infrastructure to support cryptocurrencies is the same as the infrastructure to support the whole other range of, let's call it, much more obviously societally useful digital assets. I'm not saying that Bitcoin's not societally useful. It's quite controversial whether it is or not. I don't much care. And I think anybody that's buying or selling should have responsibilities to buy and sell responsibly, and we should have the mechanisms to make sure that they comply with the law.
There are so many major catalysts to come, catalysts that will result in a colossal price surge for XRP, one of them being the inevitable XRP ETF, and it seems that Brad Garlinghouse has been caught reposting an exclusive with Standard Chartered analysts predicting more ETFs like for XRP are imminent. The conclusion can be drawn therefore that Brad Garlinghouse is basically telling you that XRP ETFs are coming very, very soon. And the reason why couldn't be more obvious. Listen up, XRP haters more importantly, because Ripple is rapidly becoming a leader in payment systems as hundreds of financial institutions and banks are choosing Ripple for a better international payment experience, and interest in crypto ETFs has been booming. Of course, they want to make more money off that and introduce an ETF to profit more of XRP. XRP is going to explode in price sooner than you think. Coinbase just listed XRP in New York. FIT21 Act, which is beneficial for XRP, has passed the House. Ripple again releases 50 million XRP from escrow. Remedies and judgment have fully been briefed. Ripple to register the stablecoin, and suspected insider tells us to gear up as we are not done with the feel-good news. More to come before the end of the month. Like Sean McBride has stated this, XRP is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. And for the people who keep fudding XRP, it just, to me, makes no sense. We will be the ones to have the last laugh when XRP inevitably replaces, destroys, cannibalizes Bitcoin. As after clear regulations are put in place and there are only 160 to 500 cryptocurrencies left, which considering there are thousands and thousands right now, that is basically nothing. XRP holders will be the one to have the last laugh in the regulated environment, one that Bitcoin, believe it or not, is not a part of. Do your own research and look up Mica and you'll see that Bitcoin and Ethereum will not be regulated. That's why you don't look short term, so think long term. And I'll see you in the next one.